Here we have the Yeti 400 by Goal Zero, and I've got it hooked to four 15-watt solar panels. These are the Boulder 15 panels, and they're chainable. You can chain them from the back, and it's a pretty clear day. So the max on these panels would be 60 watts altogether. And I'm getting about 40, 41. That's about the most I've seen it do so far. So not too bad. Maybe if they had the right angle, they would do a little bit better. So I've got one Boulder 15-watt solar panel hooked up to this Yeti 400, and we're getting about 9 watts out of the 15-watt panel. Pretty clear day, and a little bit of a tilt on the panel. It doesn't need too much because the sun's almost directly overhead. So with a 15-watt panel, about the best I can get out of it is 9 watts, almost 10. That's under optimal conditions. And clear, mostly clear skies. Here is the Goal Zero with Yeti 400 with the top off of it. As you can see, here's the battery. If you wanted to judge by how big the battery is on this thing, it's a good portion of the unit. Now the reason I've got the top off of it is I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with the AC output portion here. Now if you turn on the display, you have on the left side the input and the output on the right side. So if you got it hooked to solar panels, you'll see it charging over here, and as you use power, you'll see it over here. Now when you turn the AC on, it has a little inverter inside, which is obviously turning on, because you can see it using 5 watts just to turn the inverter on, even with nothing powered up. But if you put a meter on it, or if you put something like this kilowatt, this thing should light up instantly when you plug it in and show the voltage, and it's not. And I plugged several devices into it as well, and it's clearly not powering the AC outlets in the front. There is no power coming out of the front. So I thought maybe I would check for a blown fuse or something, and it appears to have one here and here, both of which are good 30 amp fuses, and all the connections seem to be on this very nicely. If you do need to take the top off or take the battery lugs off, you can use like an Allen wrench. That's a 4mm, or a screwdriver with a hex bit in it. So as much as I like this unit, it's clearly got a problem with the AC outlets. So we'll have to call the Goal Zero folks and see what they say about that. So as it gets later in the day, you can see the charge drops off when the panels aren't getting good direct sunlight. So we have 4 15-watt panels, so for a maximum of 60 watts. Usually the best I see out of them is about 40 watts for all 4 of those panels. And at the moment I'm charging an iPad up here, and it's at 100%, so looks like it's dropped off the output to about 1 watt, but it'll go up to about 8 or 9 watts charging an iPad. Pretty good run time once you get it fully charged. Now the only problem is, if you're using solar panels, it takes a long time to get it fully charged. With those 4 panels that I have at 60 watts maximum, it takes about 3 days of good sunlight to get that thing to go up to the 100% mark. It just, for some reason, the panels, even trying to get them at the perfect angle and a good cloudless condition, it's hard to get those things to really show their full potential. Overall, I like the little Yeti 400. This one's defective. I'm going to have to get it fixed or replaced. The AC side isn't working. It turns on. You can see it uses extra wattage when you turn it on, even with nothing plugged in. I guess the inverter that changes the DC to AC power is using a little bit, even when there's nothing plugged in. But for some reason, there's no electricity coming out the front outlets. I'm not sure if there's a hidden fuse somewhere or something I'm missing. Anyway, pretty neat little product, kind of pricey for what it does. I think a better option would be a 100 watt solar panel, a charge controller, and a deep cycle battery. So not only would that give you more capacity, it would, it's going to be a little bit larger to carry, but it's going to be a lot less cost involved to get all of that, and you'd have a faster charging capability and more storage. Just my thoughts on that. Thanks for watching.